before we get started, of course, I want to thank my good friend Ingrid Montero. It's really good to finally meet you, and I just want to, if you all don't know, Ingrid was battling cancer. She's still battling cancer. She's a survivor, and I want to just personally, thank you for being brave, not only with fighting that battle, but also with, putting your face out for this open discussion, which I'm sure is going to help a lot of young ladies who are in a position where they can't speak out or they feel threatened to explore certain things in life. And I know you have a lovely daughter. She has a wonderful super mom. So I just want to let you know that. All right. So let's get started.
First of all, thank you for being here with us. We appreciate you being here. My first question would be, were you always bisexual, or did you change after you had your daughter in the relationship with the man?
Thank you for having me, everybody. I would say growing up, as a child, I was always attracted to a female, like in a sense, like I always found women beautiful or whatever, and I always, like, I remember as I was younger too, where we used to play house, girls and girls play house. I'll be mom, you be dad, and I'm pretty sure every one of us did it. So, but it's not something that I adapted to, like, after my my marriage failed or anything like that, or after having my daughter. No, it was always in me. I always find women to be attractive, and it's just it was natural. There's nothing that just came all of a sudden because I had some sort of tragedy happen or some sort of failure or whatever. But no, it was just always there.
My question to you is, was it just curiosity that led you to same-sex relationships, or was it lack of love or disappointment in relationships with men?
It wasn't related, because I had a bad relationship or anything like that. It was just something that was in me, I know there's certain situations where certain women go through something difficult in life, with men. I don't know if any of you can relate, but I've known a lot of females who've been in different relationship with these men, or been in long-term relationship with these men who were abusive emotionally, psychologically, physically, spiritually, breaking them down. And then sometimes women tend to turn to a certain other female friend for comfort or anything like that, And then some women, that comfort level leads to, almost like an infatuating, like, love or anything like that. And then I guess some women start to develop these funny feelings, for this other individual or anything, But again, that wasn't my case. I was, ever since I was little, I just been attracted to females here and there, it was just natural to me. But now, because again, of certain situations that happened in my life, or that led me to start to like women. No, it was always in me.
I just want to weigh in on that, which is a good point. Just because, just like you said, your experience with being with other women didn't come from a negative experience. So there's this one female that I was, trying to talk to on Facebook, whatever. And then, one day I go on to talk to her, and then she's all booed up with this stud lesbian, right? So I'm like,
oh, okay. Booed up. She was booed up.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, okay. So that's done, right? So that kind of like blew my mind, just because I know that she was a very religious young woman. She had 2 children, and it just came out of the blue. It just blew my mind that she was, I guess, so hungry to find love, that she would step out of her comfort zone or step out of her family's acceptance zone, to find that love, which happened to come from another woman.
Like you said, sometimes these situations come from a negative, and sometimes it comes from, something natural. Love is love, no matter how you look at it. It has no gender. It has, there's no nothing that separates that word. That word is just one big old, powerful word. So it's just, certain, again, these women who go through these things, or these men as well, that go through these things, because it happens, yeah. These tough breakups, or these abusive relationship, or sometimes they're just confused, they just don't know, they're not sure about themselves. So they go and they have these experimental things sometimes, that leads to that. Some of them like it, some of them don't, but there are those who experience it, and it's part of life. I don't discriminate anybody. I love everyone for who they are, whether you like men, women, both, it doesn't matter. Love is love for me.
Before you were comfortable expressing that you were bisexual, how hard was it to keep it in the closet? Or were you ever always in the closet about it?
I never kept it in the closet. No, I guess I was never too what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not a shy person. I guess everybody that knows me, I'm not shy to a certain extent. I am, shy sometimes, but I never had a problem expressing myself. I'm like, hey, this is Ingrid. What you see is what you get. And there's no sugarcoating it. And some people sometimes just have this different perception of me, but that's because they don't know me. But I've never been the person to be hidden. So if I like the woman, I will compliment her. Hey, you're very beautiful. And sometimes you can see if they are interested in women. You can feel it, You just don't go up to them. Hey, do you like women? Hey, do you like girls? Or, it's there's a sense that you can feel it's just by a look or anything like that, or simple touch, or, but nothing crazy like, hey, I like you, come with me, all right? The Cro-Magnon days, just beat them in the head and then let's go. Because even at those, that era too, I'm pretty sure, the whole lesbian and the whole sexuality existed. It was way before anyway, but I was never the type to keep anything in the closet. I've never had too much experience with women. I've kissed, especially when I had my moments of alcohol. Oh Lord. I'm sorry, yeah. Alcohol does that to you sometimes. Don't drink. But no, again, I'm sure I'm not the only one. It's the truth. Women do get comfortable with each other. Some women who are straight will find their best friend. Let's kiss. Let's pretend to be girls and stuff like that. Hey, if you're comfortable to do that, it's something in you. You know what I mean? Sometimes they happen, but again, with this Cape Verdean community, sometimes, you're afraid to talk about these things because everything's so taboo, everything is oh, we can't say this stuff, because, that's not how we was raised and stuff like that. But that's a problem. That's a problem. A lot of these things that are going on in this life right now, as far as suicide, depression, and all this stuff, because somebody is not comfortable enough to express themselves. But we have to find a way to get out of that mentality. We have to move past that, And so that's how I always encourage other people to just, talk. Who cares if they're mad? It's only temporary. And if they hold it for long, oh well. But as long as you get that weight off your shoulder, there's no keeping it in a closet or anything like that. Just breathe. You know what I mean? life goes on. No matter what. No matter what happens to us, we die. But this life goes on, you know?
Yeah. I wanna touch on that too, just because the point you made about the whole caveman and beating him over the head and dragging him back. Or basically just like forcing, just like the whole force issue. I think that also one of the negative issues what our parents are seeing or our grandparents, right, is all the negativity that comes with that type of behavior or that type of lifestyle that the media likes to focus on instead of the positive sides. Like in Philly, we have a gang that called the Wolf Pack or something like that, and it's a bunch of lesbians, stud women who dress like guys, tape their boobs back, wear baggy jeans, cut their hair, blah blah, right?
Good luck taping the boobs back. That's hard. Woo! God bless them.
But that is an actual issue where I'm from, where like in the middle schools or the high schools, they'll like gang up on a girl who they know is frail and shy, and they'll basically like rape her and force her to do bisexual acts. You know what I'm saying? So that happens where I'm from. I'm not sure if it happens up here.
It happens. It happens. I've heard of similar situations like that where some women, some women can be like brutal. It goes for men and women. So don't think just because certain women date other women, it's going to be easy or stuff like that. No, they are abusive parts to that relationship too. They are abusive women. They are women who beat other women. They are other women who put other women down in their relationship. It happens. It's not just men and women. It happens. There's no sugarcoating it. There's no denying it. And I've heard things like that, where some women force other women to do things, it happens. It's not just because it's a lesbian or whatever, or a gay act or anything like that. It happens, Unfortunately, it's a sad case, but I just pray that it stops. It's just not cool with me with that. I don't deal too well with stuff like that.
Hey, Ingrid. Me and Ingrid go back, and actually you're coming out to the closet to me because I had no clue. And we worked together. For a while. So you had no trouble coming out of the closet. But what advice do you give to other young women who struggle with coming out to their family and friends and expressing themselves? It's not an easy topic for some people, especially in the Cape Verdean community. Oh, Deus. As soon as you try to say something like that, no. You know what I mean? It starts off that way. It's like, what? I'm going to go back on that. I have a nephew who lives in Paris, and he's gay. And for my mom, it was very hard for her to accept that. My mom was born 1943. So World War II era, Her way of growing up, her standards, she had such a hard time accepting this. But as time went on, she saw, I kept talking to her. I was like, Mama, you got to get out of there where you're at right now. Times have changed. You have to accept him. You have to love him no matter what. He's yours. He's your grandson. That's your baby. That's your first grandson. He's gay, but he's not an alien. He's still your grandson. He's still Cedric. You have to love him no matter what. Being gay doesn't make you some sort of virus or some sort of some sort of plague or something bad. And after years, my mom finally learned to accept this whole culture now, this whole move, this whole change. She knows it existed, but again, Cape Verdean parents or grandparents from that time, they just have such a hard time accepting that. And what I go and tell people who have a hard time, dealing with these issues, that are so afraid to go up to their parents or to their siblings or to their friends to say, hey, I'm gay, but I still love you, and I hope that you love me and accept me for who I am. I just tell them, just be free. Just let it go. If it's that much burden for you to just, express yourself, like you have to get it out of you. I don't care who you tell. And again, if they don't accept you for who you are, oh well, the next person will. Again, love is love. It doesn't matter where it's coming from. And I try to encourage, I try to tell these people that, there's nothing for you to be afraid, because if you're afraid, it's almost like you're denying yourself of your own happiness. You want to be happy, but how are you happy if you're not willing to just express yourself, to tell somebody, hey, I like her, or I like him, and I want to be with him? It doesn't make you any different. It just makes you human. It makes you human. You're not different, Get it out, talk. And again, if they're upset, it's only temporary. Sometimes it's only temporary. They'll get over it, And if it lasts longer, like I said before, oh well. Love is love. No matter how you look at it. It doesn't matter. That's how I try to help them out as much as I can. More, but that's pretty much the basic, Don't let the weight of the world or what people think, put this thing on you, because other people's opinion of you doesn't justify who you are. People are going to talk regardless. Whether you do good, they're going to talk about you. Whether you do bad, they're going to talk about you. You're gay, they're going to talk about you. You're not gay, they're going to talk about you. You're a lesbian, they're going to talk about you. You're fat, they're going to talk about you. You look like something beautiful, they're still going to talk about you. People are going to talk about you no matter what you do, no matter what happened. There's no winning. So why make yourself miserable by dwelling on what people think of you? You're never going to be happy. Move on. Cape Verdeans needs to get over this stuff of being afraid, because it makes no sense anymore, We're living in these days, now you just got to remove these weights off your shoulder. You have something to say it. You feel something, say something. That's how I see it.
So do you think the old school Cape Verdean mentality and conservative mentality keeps other women from coming out and expressing their feelings?
They do, because, again, they're afraid. Your perception of me is not going to, it doesn't justify who I am. You don't know me. Even your parents, they can't tell you how you feel, But again, they have this mentality of, oh my God, oh, she likes girls, oh my God. Oh, Deus kata krekeli, da. Hey, it's just life, let's move past this stuff, Encourage them. Don't try to change them. No, I think you're confused because, hey, if that person is confused, let them find their path. Let them find their way out. Don't go judging anybody. Do not judge anybody. That's how I see it. I don't judge no one. I don't care if you like turtles. I don't care. You know what I mean? Hey, that's your, that's your thing, but and it still exists very heavy, That's why I think there's a lot of, girls or men or who are just so depressed because they're not comfortable enough, or they don't have that support coming from their family or from their friends, And I just think it's sad for somebody to have to live like that with the secret, when in real life they just want to be happy, And if you know somebody's like that, just be like, hey, I love you and I accept you. And you are that one person that's going to make a difference in their life if the other person doesn't accept them. Just that one.
How does your daughter react to the same sex issue and feel about it?
I've seen parents disown their children, and their children hurt because that's supposed to be your parents that love you no matter what. And they say, oh, me, we're going to ficar nesse casa ali if you like this or if you like that. Go where you're at. It shouldn't be like that. And that's why I try to teach my daughter the same thing. Love who you love. You know, it's okay to be different. She even asks me, what does lesbian mean? And I told her. I was like, when two women like each other, like, she's like, Mom, I'm a lesbian too? Because I like you, I love you. I'm like, no, that's not what it means. Innocence. I'm not going to teach her what it is, but I try to show her what is being, someone who likes another person of the same gender. Again, it starts off young, like we got to teach them young, but I know if somebody was like an old school person and she asked them that, or she came out to them and be like, oh, that's bad, don't think about that, you shouldn't be worried about that, don't like her, there you go, you are planting a negative seed into her head, and she's going to grow up to resent or not feel comfortable with certain women or certain men. She's going to grow up to be like, you know what, you're gay, ew, oh, whatever. No, that's not how it works in my house. No. Positivity, you love everybody, accept them for who they are, and if you have something that you're not comfortable with, say something. And if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. That's how I tell her. That's how I was, that's as much as I can do right now.
On that, men-wise, I definitely want to give a shout out to, Shinda, Andre, and Elvis, who came out and basically led the male revolution of transsexual.
Innocent.
Yeah.
Shinda. Everybody knows Shinda, yeah.
Exactly. So I think, any other questions from the audience? Opening it up to the floor.
It's like, did they accept you immediately? Like, how was that for you? And I know you grew up, they're probably old school Cape Verdean, but are you open to your family? Like, how is that for you now?
Yeah, again, with my mom, she had the issue with my nephew, but it wasn't something that was easy for her to like accept. And then I told her, I was like, Mom, I like women too. She's like, huh? Yeah, I'm like, you know what I mean? Nah, what that doida ne? Nah, like, you don't know what you want, Oh, you're just confused. No, I'm not. It's like, I like girls too, Mom. It's okay. She's like, you've been with a woman before? I was like, yeah. And, again, I had to talk to her. She's like, she asked me like so many questions, like, how many girls have you been with? Or I was like, I've been in a relationship with one woman. I've had my encounters with different women, and, but I've been in a relationship with one, and it took her a while to digest that, she wasn't having it. She's like, na grita doida. You know what I mean? Like, na grita dret cabeza. She's not okay. But again, she had to accept it. It is what it is. I was like, Mama, regardless what happens, like, I'm still your daughter no matter what, and just like I told her about my nephew, I was like, that's still your baby. That's still your grandson. You're gonna like love him. He's going to be here. Like, there's nothing that you can do or say that's going to change his mind. That's his feelings. That's his way of being. Like, he just didn't grow up and then just decided to be gay. No, this little boy was playing with dolls. So many times we took the dolls away from him. So many times he would come down from Paris as a little boy, coming down, and he would play with dolls. Every time we would take the dolls away, I was like, this one, he's there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's gonna be there. So it's not something that you just pick up. It's not a habit. It's not a habit. It's in you. Like, it's in you. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you guys over here, can say yes or no. And again, I don't care. But I'm like, a lot of women sometimes fantasize about kissing other women. Or I wonder how she, would feel or something. I just want to kiss her. She, she's beautiful. There's women who are like that. It's curiosity, and it's okay. Que tem nada, Mario. There's nothing bad about that. But again, my mom accepted me, and it is what it is. That's pretty much it.
Marriage. Would you ever think about marrying, someone that you're in a long-term relationship with?
I actually got a divorce from my ex-husband, from my daughter's father. So I was married, but not to a woman.
Again, I like both, you know, so it's like, but I ended up marrying my daughter's father, who's not my ex-husband. But marriage right now, that's not even in my I don't even want to hear it. Again, like I said before, it's not all glitz and glamour whether you get involved with a woman or you get involved with a man. Sometimes the women could be even worse than a man. You know what I mean? Because women are crazy too. Yeah. We're some crazy creatures. Yeah. So don't think like, oh, I think I'm going to start liking girls. Because I hear girls say the same thing. Oh, I think I'm going to start liking girls because, you know, these men are driving me crazy. I can't deal with this stuff. So I think I'm going to start liking girls. All of a sudden they go and get drunk. They, you know, they meet some girl and, oh, you know, they try to date this female just to compensate the fact that, you know, they had a bad relationship. No, boo-boo. The same thing you left over there is going to find you over here. It's like it's the same thing. There's nothing, you know, there's nothing different, you know. So that's pretty much it.
So there's a lot of studies that have been coming out. There was one article in Teen Vogue and like the Daily Mail where they were just saying that, you know, folks are starting to classify themselves as bisexual more now, you know, especially with, you know, it's 2017. So more people are being more acceptive of certain things and
2016?
I'm sorry, 2016.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute.
I'm already in the future.
I was like, wait a minute. What year are we in right now?
Right. So next year there will be more. Yeah. So that's a positive thing for the LBGT community, you know, ever growing, and especially with the new laws that are coming out now, and also with politics. You know, we also have to be aware about that as well, and who we elect into office, you know, who's going to support everybody, basically, you know. So, just a little pointer there. But
again, I think it's just a natural thing, you know. It's a natural. There's nothing, you know, people, like there's nothing that you can do that's just going to make that person have a change of heart or whatever. Don't say that they're confused. Let them find their path. You know, let them find their way. Let them find their happiness. Let them find them. You know, it's about finding who you are and what you love to do. You know, and as long as you accept you for who you are, the rest is irrelevant. You know, the rest is irrelevant. Who cares what people think? You know, but it's becoming, it's not even a trend. It's just life. You know, it's been around for generations and generations and generations, you know. Unfortunately, you know, some people have a hard time accepting that. But we can't be one of those people. We can't be part of the problem. We have to be part of the solution, you know. Just accept them, love them regardless. If you have a problem with it, you know, hey, who cares? You know, that's their way. You have your way, they have their way, you know. I'm not the one. I'm not one for judging. I'm not one for discriminating. I just want to be happy. I just want others to be happy. I just want others to be able to express themselves no matter what the situation is. There's no more hiding. We're living in 2016. You know, we have to get over these mentalities. And we have to start teaching the young kids too. If they have questions or whatever, it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to have feelings. It's okay. You're confused? Okay, let's find out what's going on. You know, it's all right.
Did you feel that in junior high and high school? Because I know everyone was either bisexual, was like female on contact, and things of that nature. So yeah.
No, again, like I said, it was something that I just grew up with, like since I was little. You know what I mean? And it wasn't just something that I just picked up, you know, but I know what you're saying too, because again, there's women out there who just feel that curiosity, and it's okay. You know how many times I've had my girls, they'd be like, oh, Ingrid, I just want to kiss you, you know, or come here, let's pretend, you know, like, it's okay. I was like, girl, you like girls, don't you, huh? They're like, no. I'm like, yes, you do. You know, like I can see, I'm like, yes, you do. They're like, no, but, you know, no. But again, I'm 36 years old, so I gave my age. I'm 36 years old, and as well, high school, junior high, and all this stuff. It was still happening then too. You know what I mean? And then it all starts by playing house together sometimes, You be mommy, I be daddy. Like, I can remember these things like it was yesterday. But it's perfectly normal, no matter how you look at it, it's perfectly normal. C'est la vie.
You end up getting married to a man. Was it something that you thought was going to change, or?
I'm not a full lesbian. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not 100% in there. Like, I'm bi. You know what I mean? I like both. I like men and women. But I got married to my daughter's father, obviously, He touched the button, which was the heart. And just like if a female tube would touch my heart, I don't know what would happen. But I know I ended up with him, And it was a great experience. I fell in love with him. I loved him. And I still do. I care for him. Not that way, but, I care for him as the father of my daughter. But I ended up with him. Unfortunately, things didn't work out. Oh, well, but I am currently dating someone, not a female, but a male. I've tried, before this one, to talk and stuff. But again, it's the bisexuality. Like, I go, whatever makes me happy at the time. If a female had approached me before I met this one, it could have been different, but nobody did. And I wasn't out pursuing a woman like, oh, today I'm on a hunt for a woman. You know what I mean? No, it's not like that, but this one came and he patted my heart, I don't know. And this is where I'm at right now. I'm happy. I'm very happy.
Being bisexual and also a musician, did that ever affect your career in some point?
No, that never did. It never affected me at all. I mean, people accept me for who I am. Like, I'm Ingrid. I know you guys know me from the singing. I've been around doing this stuff for almost 20 years. I've worked with top musicians. And nobody ever cared, because nobody ever looked at me like, hey, that's Ingrid, the bisexual. That's not me. That's never been me. No, I'm Ingrid Montero, the singer, the mom, the daughter, the friend, the sister. That's who I am. That's who I am first. I'm not Ingrid, the bisexual, or Ingrid that likes girls and likes men. No. Why label me that way? I've never felt that from anybody. No matter where I go, everybody always accepts me for who I am. I'm loved by many because I give love to many, to everybody. I don't care if I don't even know you. You're going to get that from me. That's who people see when they see me. They never see me as Ingrid that likes girls. That's not me. Don't label me that way, because I would never label anyone that way too. I'm not gonna say, hey, that's Ludi, the girl, from those hot, sexy Kriolas. You know what I mean? No, that's not who she is. She is Lourdes first. She's Lourdes Amado. She's that. She's a mom of 4 beautiful kids. If she likes girls, she likes girls. If she doesn't, she doesn't. That's her. I'm not gonna label her something, that's not you. That's your business. You know what I mean? So that's how I see it. Everybody accepts me for who I am. That's just because I accept everybody for who they are. My music has nothing to do with my sexuality or anything like that, or my preference for somebody, Again, I'm loved because I give love all the time. I'm respected because I respect everyone all the time,
I had a female that approached me once. And I was working at the time that she came by, and when she started to talk to me, and I've kind of like got the picture where she was going, I didn't know. I believe I turned around and paused for a little bit, think of what I was gonna say to her because she was my friend, and I didn't know she was bisexual because at the time she did had a boyfriend. So she came up to me and, you know, right in my face, blank me, just asked me if I would be interested, and I had no idea. Like, I was embarrassed, I was shy, and I didn't know nothing about all of that. So I fell out of place, and today I'm happy to say that I look at it differently. So I respect everyone that, you know, chooses to be whoever they want to be. So I applaud you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I applaud you too for having an open mind afterwards. You know, because I know it's not an easy thing. Some women do get uncomfortable. They tense up. They're like, oh no. You know what I mean? Like, what is she crazy? Like, no, I don't like girls, you know, but some women, like your friend, felt comfortable enough to approach you and say, hey, I find you attractive. You know, I'm this way. And do you think that, you know, that we can try it? No, I don't want to know your answer because that's your business again. But I applaud you for, you know, for like, obviously you guys are still friends, you know, and for accepting her for who she is now. You know what I mean? And I know, again, it's not an easy situation for anybody. You know, some women just are just sheltered and closed, but again, that's that fear in them, you know? But once they start to open up, or some at least, who feel comfortable, that has it in them, it's an easy thing. But some just don't know how to handle it sometimes, you know what I mean? So it's that.
Yeah, so again, thank you all for coming out. Thank Ingrid for opening up to us.
Thank you for having me, everybody. Thank you. See all these beautiful faces. You guys are definitely awesome.
Yeah.
Great experience.
Let's give a round of applause for Ingrid if we can.
Thank you.
I want to thank again our Kriolas, Maria, Nasilda, Sandra, and of course Ludi, and Napoleon on the camera, and all of you for coming out. We'll see you again at the next Coffee with Kriolas. Thanks.
And yes, we are going to sing happy birthday.
Happy birthday.